show. How about that?
I
Oh
hate you.
my
Mic drop.
I love it. I love it.
I don't play around. I learned my lesson.
It was about to be the long arm of the law, Sion.
I'm about to be sleeping outside on these mattresses out there.
You was about to see that that damn Chris Rock movie. Security! Just snatch his ass out of there. Witness protection and shit. Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit! Whoa, stop! I just remembered. Like, wait a minute, nigga. You gotta put this shit on Facebook. You gotta put this shit on Facebook.
Okay. Hey, I'm cool with it. Just make sure we don't put the wrong video on. Oh no!
Look! See how he had him a little drinky drink. He had him.
Right? That's what I'm saying. We got that drinky drink. You should at least want the money.
Right? He be thinking he cut it out.
I got 3 separate recordings of this show. 3. The first conversation that we had, you, me, and Tay. The second conversation that we just had that I can't let nobody know what we talked about. And then the third one that's going on right now. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new TRF. Dave. Tay's back.
Hey, what's going on?
And my little snot-nosed daughter is not feeling very well.
Aww.
She's throwing raisins on the floor, which means she don't want them. Which means I gotta clean up. She got it all over her head.
Has she thrown raisins on the floor before, Dave? If so, why did you give her raisins then?
Because she likes raisins and they keep her quiet. And as a parent, that's something that you're going to learn when you have babies, and you will be blessed with a child. You have babies.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
No, you got to give the babies what they like. Look, I've had to clean up Cheerios off the floor many a time. There's kids on shenanigans, but they like Cheerios.
I think I am destined just to be the cool aunt, you guys. And
no.
You know what? I'm good with that. I'm okay with that.
No.
I've learned to accept it.
You know what I've realized? I don't want any more kids. But some of my people, I see my peoples had their baby over. The baby's a couple months old, and I'm holding the football. I'm just holding it. It felt good. It felt good to hold a baby, and I realized why it felt good and it was okay. Because 1, I could give him back. 2, because I'm not currently paying child support for that little Negro. So. I mean, when that little Negro is not burning a hole in your paycheck, it's easy to love.
I mean, I've always wanted to be a mom, but just the closer I get to 40, because I do not want to be a geriatric mother, which is what they call women once you have children in your 40s, and so I'm 4 years. Yeah, they call you geriatric. Like, you guys, the biological clock is a real thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm snipped, so it is what it is.
That you guys, a lot of guys think that it's something that women just make up to kind of pressure them into marriage and children. But it's like, no. You go when you talk to your gynecologist, and yes, I know there are exceptions out there. I know there are women who have children beyond 40 and have healthy and everything. It's fine. So you
call it surrogate.
Well, for me, I'm a little demented. I wanted to feel that connection. That's
no. I mean, the baby grows inside of you. You feel the baby move.
I wanted to feel all of the movement.
It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe.
Right. I wanted to feel all of that. So for me, I just felt like if I couldn't do it on my own, I mean, I've had the adoption conversation with guys I've dated in the past, and and I'm kind of split down the middle. Nothing against adoption. I think adoption is a great thing, it would have more it's my self-esteem, and this is me being like totally transparent with you guys and the Renaissance Forum audience, but I would feel like that child would be a constant reminder of what I failed at as a woman. And I don't know emotionally if I would be able to deal with that, because I would not want to put that burden on the child as far as, to become resentful and to treat them differently and everything. So it's like I've had the adoption talk.
I hear you, but I'm gonna be real with you, right?
I still don't know how I feel about it.
Every you think you know, and you think you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that until you just see that baby smile at you.
That's true. But it's a lot of red tape you have to go through.
Oh, I'm aware.
And things like that. So it's that's why I kind of say I've become more and more comfortable with the idea of just being a cool aunt, because both of my brothers are fathers. Both of my siblings have children. So I'm the only one that doesn't. So it's just like, okay.
I mean, I got a couple of Negroes you can watch this weekend. I have an event to go to Saturday. I'm over here. I got to go on care.com trying to find somebody to watch these little niggas.
See, Tay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you two things. For those of y'all who don't know, in the audience, watching y'all, thanks to everybody tuning in. I'm adopted. My mom's adopted me when I was 3 years old. So I'm blessed because I was able to avoid a possible rough life because somebody took the time out and had enough love for me and embraced me as their own.
Absolutely. My mama. And that's a beautiful thing, and I don't knock that at all. That's why I say it's more of an.
It's just you. It's I mean, it's not a knock on you as a person. It's just your pride at this point. Just you feel like it would serve as a constant reminder, and it would be sort of a hurt, and in a way you'll end up resenting. It happens. But see, it's honest. That's more honesty than most people will give you.
Yeah.
Before me and wifey got, before she got pregnant, we had actually finished the entire adoption classes because I said, if we're not gonna have a child, I want to adopt so I can, kind of pay it forward.
Okay.
So
cool.
We went through the entire class. We got everything done, got all the certifications done. They could have placed us within a week of everything. It just so happens that weekend was Father's Day. And then next thing you know, on Father's Day, I get a card with a positive pregnancy test. And 9 months later, here comes DJ. So
that is so awesome.
So we put all the adoption stuff to the side. We'll probably revisit it once we move out of this house and stuff like that. But I'm happy with the 2 I got, especially out here.
And you have 2 beautiful children, Dave.
That's redecorating my house. You gonna say hi? So I want to get to current events. Sion, I know you've been following this Kavanaugh thing. I want to know what you think about it. The Kavanaugh got appointed despite the objections of every woman in the world.
We knew that was going to happen.
That did not vote for Donald Trump. He ended up getting the appointment, and the conservatives are in control of the Supreme Court. So what do you think about that, Mr. St. Bernard?
Don't really care. They were gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, that's what I believe too.
To be honest, I want people to use this as a rallying point and a rallying cry. Like, you have control over the Senate. That is supposed to be the control that we, the people, have. If you're outraged, don't just be an internet outraged person. Don't be a meme poster. Be someone who's registered to vote and goes out and shows these assholes, look, you need to listen to the people. Donald Trump isn't listening to the people.
Nope.
The Republican Party isn't listening to the people.
Nope.
The only thing that they know to listen to is money and prestige. At the end of the day, if you take someone's Senate seat and you let him know, hey, thanks for your 20 years of fucking the nation up. Fuck you. Here's a new candidate. Yeah, it might sink in. And it might sink into his buddies too, that the people are tired of it. Like, I'm tired of people protesting online, and man, fuck that online shit. I don't even post half of my opinions online, because at the end of the day, if you're not out in the community, if you're not in, first off, if you're not in your household being a positive change, if you're not in your community being a positive change, then you just a motherfucker running your mouth. And at the end of the day, the world has enough of those blowhard motherfuckers. They're sitting in the Senate and the House of Representatives now. Let's just be done with that shit. Let's be the generation of people who just invoke change. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been crying and singing these motherfucking slave songs for all these fucking years. Fuck the songs. Let's go out there and be change. Period. We were supposed to be a change when we voted for Obama, but we didn't complete the task. Y'all rested on y'all values, and y'all didn't vote the House of Representatives. Y'all didn't go over to the Senate. Y'all thought, oh, well, we got the president now. Fuck it. No.
Black. We in
no.
there.
What you need to do is understand government. There's supposed to be checks and balances. And the Republican Party, they have been showing that they're just not willing to work with the Democrats. Even the sad part is, back in the day, you can agree to disagree, but you were still supposed to be working for the benefit of the nation. They're not even doing that. They're just serving their own purposes and their own devices. They're willing to jump off a cliff with Donald Trump. So let's send them off a cliff into retirement. Fuck the bullshit. And that's where I'm at. Because I'm really upset about it, yo. Like, you have people, that is unprecedented. You don't have people protesting a fucking Supreme Court justice besides Clarence Thomas, because they were like, oh my God, let's not let that nigger in there. But I mean, real talk. Like, this is unfucking precedented. And they didn't even bat an eyelash. They didn't give a fuck.
And that's why Clarence Thomas changed his skin color too. He ain't got a drop of soul in him. Fuck Clarence Thomas.
He never had a. You know what? We're not going to talk. We're not going to talk. We're not going to talk about our Uncle Clarence. We're not going to talk about Uncle.
You mean Uncle Tom Clarence?
That's what I said. We ain't going to talk about our Uncle Clarence. You know what I'm saying? We going to let him be great.
So
Uncle Clarence Tom over there.
So Tate, as a woman, how do you feel about Kavanaugh's appointment?
Well, first of all,
somebody that's very pro woman.
First of all, it was expected. You know, even with the installation of the Me Too movement, I still feel like in a lot of situations, women, we still go unheard. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I knew it. A lot of how I felt, Sion said it. You know, they only understand money, they understand prestige, and they want to keep all of that power in house. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you know, I mean, I quite honestly would have been surprised and just totally shocked if they did actually heed the warnings, heed everything that the woman had to say. I forget what was it, Ford or Ward, or I'm having a brain fart right now. Yeah, you know, I honestly would have been quite shocked. You know, I mean, to me, this man did nothing, said nothing, behaved in no way to make me think that, oh, she's just coming up, you know, she's just making this up.
I'll be honest with you.
No,
he acted like a dude who knew he was gonna get elected anyway.
Yeah, he acted like somebody who, I'm gonna give this little, you know, half-hearted, you know, defense for myself, you know, totally lacking of. I mean, that man felt so disconnected, and I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, he's in there, he's already in there. They already gave that dude the call on the little red phone, like, don't even worry about it, we got you.
Like to me, it's like free agency in sports, like how some of these guys got deals in place before free agency starts. It just is what it is. Like, and I'm disappointed, man. Like, to be honest, I'm disappointed in the American people, man. Like, these cats who are still riding hard for Trump. To be honest, I'm disappointed in Melanie Trump. I'm disappointed in her statement about women needing proof.
Melania. I was like, Melanie? Who's Melanie?
Melody, Melania, whatever Trump's Trump's foreign wife's name is.
Her name is Melania. Melania.
Yeah, well, Melania, whatever. She's talking about women need proof if they were raped and all that. Man, look, bruh. The any support you had, shorty, that shit's gone, bruh.
It's just discouraging, like the way that America is.
It's very
really
discouraging.
Hey, you know what the funny thing is though?
What?
They still crying over a flag and all that flag's supposed to represent.
Yeah.
Just let that sink in. Because all this Kavanaugh, all this other fly shit y'all talking about, that's what the flag is supposed to be protecting us from. That's not what the flag is supposed to represent. So while you talking shit and being upset about a flag and upset about constitution rights and Kanye talking about they need to amend this and eat a dick Kanye, eat a dick Donald Trump, eat a dick Melania Trump, whatever the fuck your name is, you foreign chick, because at the end of the day you a foreigner here too, just because you married some rich white dude who out there fucking porn stars and paying them off, eat a dick. First off.
Wait.
Second off.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm on my shit today.
Tony say he's coming to Glen Burnie next Thursday, so he's going to be in my house on the show. How you like that?
Oh.
Okay. He said Kavanaugh is a bitch ass cracker. Ayo, you ain't gonna have no dispute from us on that. None at all.
I mean, it just, one thing about this administration, I mean, we all know that racism hasn't gone anywhere.
I'm gonna start calling him Christopher Columbus.
But one thing about this administration, and like you were talking about, Sion, with the way that they just rally around to defend all of the shenanigans of 45 and whatnot, it's just really like almost amazes me. I don't know why, but for some reason it still does, that they care so little and they can just be so blatantly exclusive of everybody at the bottom. Like I don't care, just like as a human being, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To just want to discount so many people, you know what I'm saying? As if we don't matter. Like it's one of those things where I guess it's just that part of me that just naturally wants to find the silver lining and tries to see the good in everybody. Like, I'm really like, really, you guys don't care? Like, really, you don't care what 45 goes out and what he does that greatly affects all of us? You guys really don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's
the thing about that bothers me is that these ladies on the Me Too movement and these people some of these people on the Black Lives Matter movement, they still support Trump. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Like, I'm sorry, like I saw a picture talking about, white women saying all the stuff about Me Too, and then there was a picture up there saying women for Trump. These are the same people that are crying out Me Too, but they still out here supporting Trump. I think people are confused. I really think people are confused with what's going on. And I was talking to my man Jason Terrell, shout out to him, by the way. I was telling him, I said, America as a whole, black people, we're confused. Let's just be clear. White people, they've been confused. All these people that are trying to come into America because they think that America is the land of opportunity.
The land of opportunity.
They have it wrong. If I went out to Italy, not Italy, if I went somewhere with, I would be appreciated. I can go out there and make a multi-billion-dollar business and I'd be appreciated. I'm not appreciated.
Listen.
As a black man, I'm not appreciated.
But we don't want to misconstrue it. I still believe that there are places on this planet where I could understand them being in such a rush to get to America. There are places in Africa where I would not be safe as a black woman, as a young black, like I would not be safe. It's just not going to happen. There are places where you guys as black men as young black men would not be safe. They're going to, want you for their wars, or, there's still parts of other countries that are still openly racist, and openly discriminatory against people of color. So it's like, I understand, I understand the appeal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I live in a country where, despite all of his craziness and all of his, boo-boo the food mishaps or whatnot, I'm not under a dictatorship, meaning I still pretty much have free reign to go out and do what Natasha wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have someone telling me, you can only go here, you can only do this, you can only have this many children, you can only, like, I'm not limited in that fashion. So it's like, I do get the appeal. I understand why people want to come to this country, and despite everything, like, I'm happy to be born where I was born. Like, like I said, don't get me wrong, but it's just sad to see what's going to be left behind for the generation following after us. You know what I'm saying? Like if we continue going in this direction, you know what I'm saying? See, what in the world, dude? Why you okay?
He's sitting here like he's sitting over there gonna look depressed on me. What?
Bruh.
Oh my God, he looked depressed as hell.
You probably thinking about the future.
No, I just, as a parent, it's disheartening, man. And
yeah,
to be honest, I just posted a status, as a matter of fact, man. I said, if you're upset at the Kavanaugh situation, if you're upset at the state of this country, don't show me on your timeline. Show me in line at the polls. Right. And that's just what it is, bro. Like,
yeah.
Chef Tony
it's sad that it's sad that, like, adults, people who showed this outrage online, just, they don't even know how the system works. Like, are they still teaching kids how the electoral process works?
No.
Or is it whoever has the most money and clout wins?
I learned government.
I feel like the system's broken almost. And
government was a requirement when we were in school.
Like, I learned about government in the 7th grade, and that was the first and last time I remember it being taught.
But not even just that. Just even the basic, essential, functions of taking care of yourself. Like, this might seem minuscule to some other people, but why did they remove home ec? Why
they call it food trends and technology.
I didn't care what it was.
I knew what the name was because I almost failed it by skipping it and not realizing that I knew it as an elective. Come to find out, it's cooking. Come out, it's cooking, and I do quite well at cooking. So it's like, damn.
Okay, but what I'm saying, like, to come across a 21-year-old individual, because I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to be gender biased and say
there are 32-year-old individuals that still can't cook.
Well, no, not even just that, but I'm saying, but right, I was getting ready to say, you don't know how to iron your clothes, you don't know how to sew on a button.
You don't know how to iron creases in your shiz.
Right,
I know how to sew buttons because I used to fight a lot. And my mom was
in the military too, so you.
My mom was just like, yeah, you gonna learn how to. I learned how to sew when I was like 5. Because I like to scrap. Like, I was a small kid, so you weren't just gonna get over talking ish to me, dog.
I just feel like this system is set up almost for our children, our youth, to be dependent. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we're set up to be dependent on computers. The funny thing is, even if you don't need a computer to do something in your daily life, you need a computer to connect. There are people nowadays who don't know how to connect to people outside of a computer. You have people who will sit in the same room and text each other because they can't have a regular conversation with each other. Like,
and that's sad. That's what I'm talking about. That is just like,
hey, Terminator warned us about this, man. Terminator warned us.
oh my God, I meant to send you guys a screenshot the other day. I got a call on my phone, and the call ID said Skynet. I did not answer it. I was like,
I'd have fell out. I'd have fell out. I'd have been like, oh. I'd have been like, no.
See, on to your point.
I was like, I am not answering that.
See, on to your point, I have a confession. So my wife and I were courting. When I was courting my wife, whatever, and I was in this house, very house, and she was a housewarming party, some kind of party. So she was sitting on one end of the couch. I was sitting over here on the other side of the couch. So what I did was I texted her and I asked her to be my girlfriend right here on her couch. I did, and she said yes. So you know what I'm saying? That's. I mean, I didn't want to do it in front of a whole bunch of people.
So why you just didn't tap her and be like, you
know?
No,
because he didn't want to get shot down in front of a whole bunch of people. A text is really more.
He didn't have to ask her.
No.
He could have just, what?
Sion is right. I wasn't trying to get carried. Sion was right. I wasn't trying to get embarrassed in front.
And then some of y'all get the
everybody's business and y'all ask.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. You know your wife. Obviously, you know her like the back of your hand. Now, do you really think that she would have done that?
You never know.
She would have embarrassed you like that. Come on.
I know she wouldn't now, but at the same time, we're just starting to get to know each other. We've been talking for a little while. I'm like, okay, you know.
See, I'm just somebody. Y'all gotta realize, and see, this is why I'm becoming more and more agitated with guys, because I feel like the effort just isn't.
See, but this is the thing. I grew up in an era where you had to go book a jaunt at the mall, and you had to call her house, and her dad answered the phone or her mama answered the phone. And little fast ass little boy. They say,
who are you? Who is this? Right.
My mother would literally have a 6-point program before you can get to me. She asks you 6 questions. If you got one question wrong, click.
But that's the thing. This is the thing, though. My son's in elementary school. He's in 3rd grade. I'm walking him to school. Some of these kids in the 5th grade got cell phones. Like,
my son had a.
There is no blocker.
My son.
9/11 ruined it. It put a lot of things.
Ruined everything.
It put a lot of.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, my son's about to have a pager. Like, he'll be in middle school with a pager. Like, if I'll page his ass, and he can borrow one of his friends' phone to call me. Fuck that bullshit.
And you know what? As soon as they see that pager, they gonna think one thing: he's selling drugs.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's what my mother used to say. My mom wouldn't let us get pagers.
That's why. Hey, my dad was not about that pager.
It was like.
I wanted that though.
It was like bump doctors and surgeons. Only drug dealers carry those, so you can't have one. It was like, what? Wait a minute.
Right, exactly.
It's like doctors carry pages. What are you talking about? Nope. They see you're a black kid. They see you with a pager. They're gonna think that you're selling drugs because they're obviously not gonna.
I mean, I get the premise.
So. You know,
but like I said, man, people they depend on computers and everything. There are a lot of socially awkward people. Like, to me, the internet, we're so dependent on technology now. Look, if the cell towers went down and we had no Wi-Fi for like a day, how many people would kill themselves?
Oh man,
that's a good question.
Just an honest question. How many people? If we had no cell phones and no internet for a day, how many people would kill themselves? Like how many?
That's a good question.
How many deaths? How many killings would there be?
I know I go into the post office, loving life. I don't see a goddamn package.
What?
I would love life.
As an online shopper, I'm sorry to yeah.
I'm just saying 24 hours though. A 24-hour blackout. Yeah. How would we make it? You can't check your timeline feed.
Certain people wouldn't. And what I'm
like, I'd be cool, man.
I think I'd be good. Yeah, I think
I'd go
I literally go days sometimes without even going on social media or even checking my email. Then I get mad when I recheck and it's like 300 emails. I got to clear out my inbox.
I know. Bama's be emailing me about the dumbest.
Yo, I want to talk about
emails.
Yo, I want to talk about this babysitting while black thing. So there was a black man that was pulled over for babysitting 2 white kids. Some white woman called the police on him, and of course,
he had to be kidnapping them.
Everybody's in arms. Oh my God, it's babysitting while black. How many of these hashtag
There's
wild
a hashtag for
How
everything.
many of these hashtag wild blacks are we going to have?
Hashtag kill yourself.
As many
babysitting.
We're gonna have as many as white
people while black. No.
Yeah. As long as they continue to look at us and see our skin as a weapon, as long as that narrative is always around that we're violent, we're dangerous, we can't be trusted, we're this, we're that.
We feed into that narrative though.
We do.
We black people feed into it, or they feed into it?
We black people.
How do we feed into it?
So basically, you're saying
like, you can go to any place right now and you be like, "Where are you from?" "Oh, I'm from Murdermore. I'm from
Murdermore,
really? Whatever the.
Really?
I'm from Beemore.
Good thing Jay not here. He'd hop right on
hey,
that.
I'm just saying. Tell me I'm wrong though. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not.
I mean, you're right. Yeah,
you got a point.
You're right.
I'm a rapper with 3 teardrops. You know what that means, fool.
Right.
Nigga, Clarence, you 45. Sit your ass down.
See, my thing is like, it's like no matter what we do in these times when 45 got into office, none of this shit was going on for the last 8 years.
Well, no, I think it was still going on.
Remember what I said before? Behind the scenes, it was all going on. They were
I think it was still going on.
It didn't go public.
Obama was that attractive assistant.
So you're saying Obama was a distraction? He was a figurehead? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like that's what he was.
He was that shimmery curtain that was hiding the wizard.
I feel like but think about it, right? He tried to get universal health care for the United States, something that would benefit not only us but our kids. Who shot it down? The Senate, the House of Representatives. They bogged it down and then labeled it Obamacare.
Well, yeah, because they were hoping.
But like I said, that ain't the wizard.
They were hoping it would tank. They were hoping that it would be,
let me ask you
failure. And they wanted to attach his name to it. I'm sorry.
Aren't they considered the wizard because they were pulling the strings his whole 8 years?
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, the wizard's always been there. We just played ourselves into believing that wasn't the case. A president can't do what the Senate and the House of Representatives don't allow them
to do. And see, the unfortunate thing is you have a lot of people who are very much anti-Obama because of that reason. Like, I don't know if people thought he was just going to get into the White House and all of a sudden he was just going to kick his feet up on
free fried chicken for everyone.
Right. All right.
All the niggas getting out of jail for doing dumb shit.
Right. And that's
barbecues on the front
about it.
But what I will say is Obama stopped my yearly military pay increase. So yeah, you fucked up. They let you do that one, huh?
I want to know.
You done fucked up, right?
I mean, it would have been nice to see him get into office and, to acknowledge a lot of things, a lot of the disparities that are going on within the African American community. I don't deny that.
I don't feel like
it would have been nice, but I didn't believe that was going to happen because
to be honest, he was supposed to be a symbol, man. He was supposed to be a symbol that anything was possible. And to me, he was supposed to be a symbol, and we were supposed to go out and do the work. And we didn't. And that's just what it is.
Dropped the ball. We dropped
the fucking ball, and we expect, oh shit, we got a black president. He's supposed to do everything. Oh, he's supposed to make having 3 pounds of weed a misdemeanor. That's the ignorant shit that motherfuckers wanted. Like, we didn't want real shit.
I don't want it. Right, I was gonna say I don't want it to just seem like we just wanted all of the nigga stuff, you know, the ignorant stuff done. I'm for real. Like, it would have been nice to see him get into office and to really say, okay, you know, let's really start confronting these issues.
I hear you. Hear you.
Like, that would have been nice, but like you said.
He would have said that, and all the Trump supporters would have tried to lynch him.
Right. Well, hey, you had enough of them hopping that fence when he was in office, so hey.
That's what I'm saying. When have you ever heard of security for the White House allowing that many ignorant motherfuckers to hop a fence to get that close?
They said he got more death threats than any.
A motherfucker threw a shoe at George Bush and he almost lost his fucking life.
Right.
Oh my God!
Niggas throwing shoes at the
George
president.
He got low when that shoe came out. Though I mean, he moved quick.
But you know how bad 45's presidency has been so far. People actually miss George H.W. Bush.
That says a lot.
Actually miss him.
I don't.
That says a lot.
Some people miss him. Look, it's kind of like.
I mean, Rumsfeld was pulling the strings.
What's the worst evil? You've got HW or you got 45. Which one has been worse?
I mean, Bush. Donald Rumsfeld.
We can say Bush. We can say HW was the reason why the towers came down. But then we could also say that 45 was the reason why we're having this new women's liberation movement.
What do you mean?
I still feel like 45.
You don't think that there's a women's revolution right now?
Man, to be honest, until the revolution creates change, it's just a bunch of people making noise.
Hey,
I hate to say the shit like that, but until actual, real, tangible change happens, then it's just making noise. I mean, Obama being elected president was supposed to make some great change or mean some great change in our nation. And what did it amount?
So let me ask you this.
Obamacare and people clamoring so hard for a white president that they were willing to hire someone who was
underqualified, right?
No experience.
And has no coof about himself. A motherfucker who claims he says what he wants, but all the shit that he's saying is derogatory to people. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was supposed to create change, but it created change in a different way. It created change in the fact that these bigots out here felt empowered and emboldened to say whatever the fuck they wanted and to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Yo, Kavanaugh is like, they just put that dude in a job where he can't get fired. Mm-hmm. Like, a dude that is accused of raping a woman in a job where he can't get fired. President Obama was born in the United States. His middle name was Hussein, and
they didn't have a stroke over there.
They were trying to impeach him. They were trying to impeach him. But that's what I'm saying. They were trying to.
He's not even in office, and you're blaming him for 9/11, and he was whatever. Whatever. You guys saw that video of that woman saying that. Like, she's like, I don't care. I'm convinced Obama had something to do with 9/11. And the interviewer's like, but he wasn't in office.
Like, nigga, please.
He realized, right.
Let's see. He got elected.
But I bet you it was half of those motherfuckers who saw that video. You know what? That's a real conspiracy. You know what? It was his middle name.
Community organizer back then. Like, how the hell could y'all sit here and say that he had a hand in 9/11? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna look for that video and then I'm gonna post it. I'm telling you, when I saw that, I was just, and the interviewer is clearly looking at her like, you're insane. What? Which most 45 supporters, I do have like a higher degree of insanity to them than most. You know, like,
this is not
like, it's like you. It's like double the amount, double
like,
the.
nigga, you stupid.
Okay, maybe they have like double the amount of stupidity or something like that.
Nah,
They
nah,
have a
nah,
little
nah.
extra of something. Put it that way.
Tay, that's a nigga, you stupid, John. Like, nigga, you dumb. Like, Obama ain't nowhere near the office of the president, and you gonna sit there and blame him for something he had nothing to do with.
I mean, but you know what, guys, and I'm getting so tired of seeing these videos, but you're probably going to continue to see a lot of them because they just feel so warranted to do so now. But I tell you, I am just so utterly just annoyed with all the videos of the white folks disrespecting someone of color or disrespecting someone who's speaking in their native language, and then they're confronting this person very aggressively, violently sometimes, and then the whole thing with we're going to take our country back. I am
Go ahead and do
so
it and see where
tired
we go.
of that line. I'm so tired of that statement, we're going to take our country back. Like, you stole it
the country from the nation. You know what?
You stole it to begin with. Like literally, like the massacres that they imposed against all of the native persons of this country, all of the indigenous people of this country. And then we're like I'm not even gonna talk about. I'm trying not to do the angry black woman thing, but it's just I just get so I just get.
I'm living my best life. Oh.
I just do. I'm still trying to be, very eloquent in what I say, guys. But I'm like really ready to just like go straight like Sion on them, like Dragon Ball Z Sion or something like that.
Wow.
Like I'm like it does. It just pisses me off so much. Just the audacity. I mean, the gall of these people. You're in my country and you aren't speaking English, so I feel warranted to approach you and tell you need to be speaking English. And it's just like, are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with this?
Hey, you know what? People say that to foreigners all the time. You know what? You need to speak English. As a dude that works for people from India, they don't need to speak English. They speak currency.
I mean, listen, I think all of us have been in situations, whether you're talking to a customer service representative over the phone or whatever, and there is a bit of a language barrier. They're speaking English, but whether it's because of their accent or whatever, and you get frustrated because you're trying to communicate with this person and it's just not going well. I understand that, but that's not what's happening in these videos. This is just somebody out minding their business. Maybe they're having a conversation with their parent or, a friend or whomever. And this is a white person feeling, justified and approaching them and saying, you need to speak English. You're in America, so you need to speak English. And
doesn't give them the right to. That doesn't give them the right to say that shit. Like that old woman.
That's what I'm talking about.
I feel you. Like that video disturbed me. It was like, we're in America. You need to learn how to speak English.
Right. It's just like, little lady, if you don't go sit your behind down before I knock the dust off of your behind. Like I'm really trying I'm like really trying to remember that my parents raised me to respect my elders. Please go sit down. Like literally, that's how you feel, because a lot of times it's these older persons, who most likely came up in that time where they could get away with saying things like that, and then civil rights happened, and it's just like they had to get quiet. They kind of had to, go in hibernation and everything for a minute. Now 45's in office and they're like, yeah, this is the way it should be. Yeah, I should be able to go out here and say what I want to say to that nigger, say what I want to say to that spick, say what I want to say to that Jew. It amazes me. That's why 45 supporters, when people who actually admit that they voted for this guy, I just look at them and it's like, what's your malfunction? Did you get dropped on your head as a child? Like, really, really explain to me why you felt that this was a better option, regardless of whether you disagreed honestly with Hillary's, policies or not. You think that that's a better option for our country, really. You know, it just amazes me with that. It just amazes me
Man,
with that.
look, I've had people say, well, he's a businessman. He'll get us out of this depression and all that. We're going to take
It's
our
not
country
about
back.
being a
Yo, we're not going back to the 60s. We're not mass producing coal, yo. Like,
Nope.
fuck out of here. Like, where were these jobs supposed to come from? You country hick backwoods motherfuckers with no education think that tech jobs are just going to start falling from the sky because you're white. You sit the fuck down somewhere with your ignorant wayward ass. Like,
don't work like that.
You got no damn education, but you expect to slap you with a job. Like, no experience.
It's gonna fall right in your lap. You know.
Well, you know, I have experience in shoveling roadkill from the side of the road. If you don't sit your non-job experience having ass down, like, come the fuck on, bruh. Like, that shit is crazy to me. Like, first off, I'm not hiring you if you don't have at least 80% of
the
your
skills, right? Yeah, yeah.
If you show up and you have no teeth in your mouth, I'm assuming one of three things: you don't brush your teeth, you've done some really hard drugs, or you've made some bad decisions in your life and got your ass whooped. It's one of three things that happen.
Have either of you, I would say, post 45, taking the presidency, had any experience, any type of blatant racism? Have either one of you?
I mean, to be honest with you, I was experiencing blatant racism before he got in office. So, like, that's what people say. Like, people don't understand. Just because we had a black president, like, I don't got that dude on speed dial. I can't.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
what I mean, and I'm trying to see if there was.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, no.
Like, if there's to be honest, in office.
The difference is they're more public and blatant and brash about it. Like, before, at least a cop would be judicial about being racist. Now it's just like, he had a gun, fuck him.
Right.
Yeah.
And we know it's because he was black.
Sometimes it was a cell phone. Sometimes it was a hairbrush.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're just brazen about it now. Freddie Gray got killed. They rioted, and guess what? Them cats got off. Like, you know what I'm saying? John Zimmerman, he got off. Like,
don't even talk to me about that boy.
But this is what I'm saying though. I'm
so ready. I am so ready for that person to just be gone.
He catch two to the head.
I'm ready for him to be gone.
Sion, I hate to say that, but I agree with you. Like, I really think that one of the brothers is gonna off him. But
this is the thing though.
I think somebody's going to off him for real.
Hey, unless that person's over the age of like 33, 35, they're not. Because at the end of the day, we come from a society where where these parents are about to make it illegal for kids to have snaps at school, like talk shit to each other. Like, we can't have rap battles in the hallway anymore because someone's feelings might get hurt. See, y'all don't sit y'all kind of gentle at 10 or 7
years. But listen. Now wait a minute. Let me play devil's advocate for a minute. Let me play.
No.
Wait a minute, because we gotta have an opposing side, okay? Now, Dave can tell you firsthand. You talking about somebody who played the dozens all the time in school. Like, Tasha didn't run from Jones.
I'd fry your ass.
Did I, Dave? Hey. I didn't run from that. We're not going to have a contest where you. Wait a minute. You and I have actually gone before, Sion, so you know I can hold my own. But anyway, the point that I was trying to make is that this generation of children, they just aren't. They aren't equipped, I would say, the way we were, and we're raising a generation of uber sensitive children.
But that starts at home. I mean, I call my son and my daughter big head. I'd be like,
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, if these teachers and parents are coming together trying to say, okay, we need to instill some type of enforcement, some type of laws that are going to protect our children, because this bullying thing is a problem. People are killing themselves over these social media.
But this is the thing. Like, people don't kill themselves over in-person bullying.
But that's
one of two things. Zoning become bullying.
Some people, wait a minute.
When did Johnny?
No, I'm gonna be honest. No, hold on. hold on. It was bullying when I was in school. Like
it wasn't.
I was getting ready to say yes.
You come to the first day of school with the same old shoes on, they trying to fry your ass. The only difference about it is, one, I learned how to fight. Two, I learned how to snatch somebody's soul with my jokes.
But
snatch
that's not.
soul.
But you don't represent every child. That's
but you know what though?
So that's what I'm saying.
But you know what? The cats we had unwritten rules. Like we left cats alone who couldn't take it. Like after like 3-4 jokes, if a cat don't come back, it's over. It's dead. It's not even worth it. Like these cats nowadays, they soft. These bullies are soft, and that's why I teach my kids. Look, to be honest with you, my 6-year-old daughter is more likely to punch you in the nose than my 8-year-old son. But my son, he's gonna catch up. He's playing catch up with daddy right now. But no, real talk. My kid knows to punch you in the nose, and it just is what it is. I'll eat the suspension. I'll eat it, and they'll sit home and they'll eat ice cream, and we'll watch some sports and shit and be cool. Cause guess what? You gonna know mine ain't the one, and it just be like that. Like the thing is, to be honest, when I blame Xbox Live for the start of this shit, because I know it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy, but it's real. Like Xbox Live was the first thing that you could do where you could be anonymous and you could bully and talk real shit to someone. Like kids are like grown ass men are talking shit to me. I'm dogging their ass in some Madden or something. Motherfuck you, fuck your mom. Like they will really, and then they would block you. Right,
so
and then they would block you.
Started internet gangster.
Xbox started that pseudo gangster internet shit because this dude's in Ohio. I can't go get his dumb ass and fuck him up. Whereas if we out back playing real football and you really feel like you about that smoke, we can handle it and be done. Now, but Xbox Live started that, and now like. People talk shit about different things, and now we're in a culture where everybody feels like their opinion fucking matters. Where everybody wants to post an opinion video or post that Instagram.
And it's nothing wrong with that. But like
nothing wrong, but everybody doesn't know how to talk to people. Everybody is eloquent about words, and then you have people who start eating on that. Because they get attention. Now all of a sudden, I'm getting a bunch of likes. I'm be saying all this hateful shit, and they take it too far.
Mm-hmm. But I want to say,
I'm about to start a GoFundMe. Go meet your internet bully in person. I'm about to internet GoFundMe. I'm about to start a system with that. Because remember back in the day they had an MTV jump, Bully Beat Up or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Where your bully would go and get his monkey ass beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we gotta start that shit. We gotta do that shit for the internet. Like Bama's, this is my bully on the internet. All right, let's go find his dumb ass. Let's go find him and let's see what he got to. Let's see that smoke he talking now. Because that's the thing. Like we can stop joning in school, but kids have unprecedented access to the internet. Parents aren't being parents anymore. Look, I went to my son's ice cream social. I did it on accident. I was just going up there to play at the park with my son, and they were having it, and I was like, all right, cool. I seen an open hoop, and I'm playing ball. I'm playing ball with my son, teaching him how to dribble with his right hand because he's left-handed. Because he's little, I'm trying to teach him how to head fake. You know what I'm saying? Shoot on the drive, and all of a sudden the other black kids came over. Hey, can we shoot? All right, cool. Before I knew it, there were like 20 kids playing with me. White, black, different ages, didn't matter. And what was I doing? Dribbling through them, snatching them up and all that. It was fun. And they just wanted to be included. I mean, there were kids playing for like 20, 30 minutes who never touched the ball, but they were in it. Like, because parents aren't interacting with the kids. And that's what I'm saying. A lot, if you build your kids up, then people on the internet can't reach out and take them, man. Can't get them that way.
Well, no, I agree with you. It starts at home, but it's kind of like, and I'm just going to use this to illustrate my point. It's kind of like how the NFL keeps instituting all of these laws to protect, the quarterback, all of these rules, and so it's like, yeah, it does it suck for us as spectators watching all of this going on, and yes, it sucks. However, I definitely feel like their heart is in the right place, because I'm not mad at them for trying to protect these guys that go out and they put their bodies on the line to play this game that I love so much.
I hear you, but they have instituted laws, defenseless receiver laws and all that. They've taken the bite and the teeth out of defenses. And while that may appeal to casual fans, diehard fans like myself, like, I was never a big college football fan, but I'm all in college football now because of these soft NFL rules. Like, on Saturdays are my day. I watch football all Saturday, and then Sunday I'll be like, all right, let me see what the Redskins doing. Let me watch NFL Red Zone. I don't even really watch games that much anymore. I watch NFL Red Zone because cats be doing, like, they take the teeth out of defense. When I was in high school, I remember I wanted you to come over the middle. Please, please, quarterback, set his dumb ass up. I'm about to take his life.
But see, listen to what you're saying, though. Again, listen to what you're saying. Like, it's like, I get it, because at the nucleus of all of this, it's a sport, it's a game. And nobody on that field should be going out there to permanently disfigure.
But we're not permanently.
Like nobody should be going out there.
We have all this protective equipment for a reason. At the end of the day, I have hit many of these.
And Bamas are still killing themselves.
I've hit many a dude over the middle. And at the end of the day, he walked away and he ain't come across the middle no more. No, the thing about it is, to be honest, these new rules that they've instituted, they have contributed to more knee injuries than anything else. It's actually shortening guys' careers. You have active football players who say, I would rather you hit me in the head than hit me in the legs, because my legs is how I make a living. If you hit me in the knee, because at the end of the day, these dudes are bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah.
The target zone is like this big. Like, I'm going to hit you in the knee. I'm going to hit you right in the leg.
That's why I feel like we need to go back to fundamentals. And
You muted yourself.
I'm so sorry about that, guys. Some survey was calling me or something. Probably Skynet again. But anyway, so they're like, she's just talking about us. Call her right now. She's just talking about us. But no, seriously, we need to go back to fundamentals and start them while they're young. So that way, by the time they get to that college level, it's already programmed. I get what you're saying.
I'll be honest with you. If I have to wait for you to catch the ball and I got to try to stick my hand in there, I'm going to blow you. I'm going to hit you right in the legs because you're looking at your legs. I'm going to make you think about it. Now, you're not jumping to catch that pass because you're like, nah, he might blow me the fuck up. There was an art to it at the end of the day, man. To me, it's like giving Roman gladiators rubber swords, dog. Like, what? For what? It takes the bite out of what it's supposed to be. It was a gladiator.
That's a little different. Their intent was to kill one another.
But you're in American football.
Was to kill one another.
But American football intent was to be. I'm supposed to be physically, mentally stronger than my opponent. If I'm a strong safety, look at Darryl Dawkins. I am supposed to breathe fear into a receiver coming across the middle. You are not supposed to want to be here. So now my corner's job is a lot easier because you're not running that 7. You're not running that damn post. You're going to run a fade to the other side. Now my corner can use the sideline as an extra defender. It's a great safety made a corner's job easier because it was certain routes, those little drag routes that they like to run now, where a cat catches the ball and runs 70 yards.
Run 70, yeah.
Negative. Your linebacker would have cleaned his fucking clock years ago. He needed smelling salts. These little extra small.
If you YouTube a lot of the greatest hits and stuff like that, and
it's cats coming across the middle.
I'm like, what the? How did these people even survive? happened?
Because you had to have a certain mental will, and they had equipment. You have equipment. Now you got riders.
You keep saying equipment.
No, because back in the day, look at them. They had knee pads, thigh pads. Like look at how the pads of running back wore in the 80s as opposed to now. You got these fucking wide receivers who they just got pants on. They ain't even wearing no leg pads because they know you can't hit them. No, dog. You on a 4-1, but with that equipment, you ain't as fast, and I'm gonna tear your little small ass up. All these small, speedy motherfuckers, man, fuck out of here. Antonio Brown would have got his clock clean years ago. Wow. Look, Antonio Brown would have had to be Hines Ward. Hines Ward was a tough SOB. On a crackback block, he broke a linebacker's jaw. You know why? Because you had to be that dude. You had to have that chip. You couldn't be small, speedy, and a prima donna. You had to be a prima donna, but you had to be a tough prima donna. That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's kind of an oxymoron, but okay.
No. You got wide receiver, pretty boys, and all that. No, you getting hit across that middle. It's a certain level of toughness you gotta have.
Let me.
It's separated from the regular dudes. Everybody has talent, but everybody.
No, you can't go into that game and be afraid to get hit. I'm not saying that.
But it's like this now. You have boxers. I've seen dudes with fast ass hands. You get hit in the face, you got a weak chin, it's over. It's just like that. You can run a 4-1. You can have hands, but you come across that middle, you got to have a little something extra. Now they catching the ball. They know you can't hit them in the air. They catching the ball. They sliding. They doing all sorts of weak ass quarterback shit. Mm-hmm. Where they do that at, bro?
Yo. All right, let me get to this question. I really want to take it. Time to give you lead, so let me ask you.
Time out. Let me say one more thing. That hashtag babysitting while black. Look, doing anything in public while black is dangerous. First off. Second off, just because it's dangerous doesn't mean it needs to be a hashtag. Just means that you need to educate. How about we stop hashtagging it and start educating people on who we really are? Instead of banging Cardi B and be like Blood Life and all this dumbass shit. How about we do that? Just saying.
Do you really think on a whole, I was going to say, do you really think on a whole that narrative is ever going to change?
To me, before, like, the generation that voted for President Obama, when the generation before them dies, it could die. But you have a new generation of young Anglo-Saxons that are learning this hate speech from their president, from the people that voted for him, and the confirmation of the people to this hate speech, and then what the Senate and the House of Representatives are doing, and Kavanaugh, the president's disrespect of women. Women want to champion Me Too your ass to the pole. Because at the end of the day, like, that's the only way they're gonna get it, bruh. Like, they just confirmed the dude to the highest law of the land, for real. And he's a accused rapist. We have a president who has been on camera talking about grabbing women's pussies. They about to set y'all back 20 years. Fuck that Me Too shit. Y'all about to be objectified again. Like, y'all just
Condoleezza Rice
was what, the Secretary of State? Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. Like, come on, bruh. Y'all had headway. Now all of a sudden, what? We got a pussy grabbing dude in the White House list? At the end of the day, we got to show them that the old way, the old guard is just no more. Get them the fuck out of there. And to be honest, like I said, man, when you were a kid, getting an ass whipping sometimes was the only way you was gonna learn. Sometimes you gotta show these motherfuckers like, yeah, that shit's dead. And I hate to say it like that, but it's facts. It's facts.
I said that when after he got elected, I was like, you know what? We probably need the ish to hit the fan for real, before people wake up and be like, you know what? Oops. That I made a horrible mistake. You know, like, it probably needs to get worse. The system needs to get worse and be far more corrupt than what it is, to where it's actually affecting people.
To me, I feel like it has to be corrupt enough for people to actually stop just hashtagging about it and actually just go out and make the change.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead. What was your question?
Dave on mute. He got to go clean up some raisins.
I know I can't see him right now. That's why I'm like, oh, where
I
Dave
heard
go?
that.
My bad.
And by the way, I'm fixing spaghetti. So
Ooh.
hey, I want to get your opinion on what do you think the world will be if God was a female?
How do we know God is not a woman?
Cause
Any of y'all ever seen the movie?
All I know is
Any of y'all ever seen the Creator?
When they describe it in the Bible, they say he with capital
But
H.
he is the standard whenever you're talking about English. Why? Because when English was first created, established many moons ago, right? So it's just like he is always going to be
even in Spanish, when you make it plural, it's masculine. So I mean,
so yeah, that's just the way language is instituted.
God made a man first, so
oh Lord. My interpretation, which this is my interpretation, I'm hoping you guys have seen this movie because it will make a whole lot of sense. Have either of you seen the movie called The Shack?
I wanted to see it with Octavia Spencer.
Yes, Octavia Spencer and Sam Worthington.
And I missed it.
I watched it. It's a good movie.
I wanted to see it.
It's a good movie, but just Sam Worthington is just a horrible actor, but it's a good movie. But anyway, I'm not going to get on my Sam hate.
Hey, he was a terrible actor.
Right now. But anyway, my point is, what I liked about that film was God, the Supreme, the Creator, however you want to look, describe whatever label you want to attach to this being, was different things when he needed to be. He was a mother when he needed to be more nurturing, more, emotional, more, to be a person who the main character, the protagonist would open up to relate to, right? And he was a father or a man in times where he needed someone who was going to be there and be strong and really give you that support to do something that was one of the most difficult things that this character would ever have to do. And he even says that in the movie. Like, for those of you who might have seen or ever heard of it, the movie's called The Shack, and it's based off of a book of the same name. I would recommend seeing the film. It's a good film. Don't mind Sam's acting. It's still a good film. But Octavia Spencer.
I don't know how Sam got in that movie. I don't even know.
His agent was awesome. That's what happened.
I could have did a better acting job.
His agent was awesome.
What was the damn audition like? Come on, bro.
But
trash.
My point is, there was a lot of hoopla, because Octavia Spencer plays God. And there was so much hoopla about this because, of course, white America, God isn't black and definitely not a black.
God isn't Aunt Jemima.
Right. She's not a black overweight woman. And I mean, look it up. I'm telling you, Google, before that
came
out, there was so much controversy around it because they decided to cast Octavia Spencer to play.
The book is a great book, though, by the way.
I've never read the book. I think I want to read the book. Yeah.
Hell of a book.
But the character even says it in the film that, like he spends most of the time seeing God as Octavia Spencer as a woman, and then one day he goes out and it's a man. And, he's just like, oh, okay, what's going on? And, God basically says to him, like, today, I felt like you needed a father. Today you're going to need a father. So that's always been my belief. And when I think of my creator, you know what I'm saying? I don't really attach. My creator is what I need, need him. See, that's what I'm saying. Language is just naturally masculine, but he's what I need him to be when I need him to be, put it that way. So how do we not know it's a woman? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
to be honest,
man might have been created first, huh?
I don't feel like God has a sex. I don't feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, if you believe the Bible, you go to heaven and we all become eunuchs anyway. We're sexless and we shed our old selves. So at the end of the day, God could be whatever he wants. He wants you to be. The thing is, to me, just like with the Bible, you can interpret it your own way. God is whatever you interpret it to be at the end of the day. You got people who pray to elements. The Egyptians prayed to the sun and the moon
they
and
had
all
many
that.
gods. Yeah.
And they had many gods, and guess what? They have created some of the most wondrous structures ever. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything with full belief in something. So at the end of the day, regardless of if God is a woman, God is a man, the only people getting outraged by the fact of God being a man is men who hate women. Like at the end of the day, like, I'm keeping it 100, and I said it.
This is true.
If you got beef, take the L. You can take the L in the comments because I'm coming.
That is true.
It's
God
just
God is not a woman.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no way a woman would be above me. There's no way a woman.
And then y'all talk, and then guys always what if she has a period? And it's a lot of you bitch ass niggas out here on your period.
Mercy.
Fuck out of here. I said it.
Please don't go there. Lord have mercy.
I said it, bro. I said it.
What if God was woman?
It's a lot of you bitch ass, snitch ass, clown ass dudes out here that sitting on your bed, you ain't got no damn job, got a woman taking care of you, the bitch. Just want you to know. I just want you to know. Like, I'm keeping it 100 with your ass. Like, fuck you talking about? All that masculine shit. I'm slanging my mixtape, but you have no money.
Wow.
Like, come on, bro.
I'm going to change course.
I'm not sure. Hey, I'm shooting shots.
So wait a minute. Are you directly correlating employment to masculinity?
No, I'm correlating how what you do, man. If you are a house husband, if your wife just has a degree and she makes more money than you, and you at home, you taking care of the kids and you doing what you're supposed to do, taking care of your woman, cool. But if you here spending her money on studio time or smoking weed with your dumbass homeboys or playing Xbox Live all day, this is what it is, bro.
Yeah,
I called it.
Gotta grow up.
If you out here gossiping like a bitch, you a bitch. Keeping it 100. If you gossiping like a girl at the fucking beauty shop, you a bitch. This is what it is. I called you hey, you know what? If it feels better, you a Mitch. Same better. You a Mitch.
Answer to Mitch.
You a Mitch.
Oh,
keep it a buck with yourself, man. That's what I'm saying. Only men who are insecure about who they are, or what they are, gives a shit if God's a woman or a man. If God is in your life and you see God doing great works, who gives a shit if she's a woman? You know what? God must love this dick.
Oh my God.
Give a fuck, like I said it, man. I'm not taking it back either.
I mean.
What about what I said is a lie?
The creation of intercourse is a beautiful thing. So that came from him too. If I can marvel at all those wonders, why can I not also, so I can respect that. I respect you saying that. See?
I don't have no, that's what I'm saying, bro. Just, people gonna be mad, but I'm keeping it facts.
Gosh.
Hey, look, there's gonna be some backlash, but
why?
Yeah, it might be a little bit. It might be.
I'm built. I just called a lot of dudes Mitches. It's gonna be a lot of mixtapes on our timeline.
Wow.
Keeping it real, yo.
So I'm gonna change course. Course.
They ain't trying to stay clear of that minefield over there.
No, you good, man. It's all quiet in the comments.
Dave trying to keep his inbox clear. See y'all.
That's why that other video was deleted, brother.
Wow. So I want to get into week 6. So a game that I know y'all are watching. Wait a minute. Due to a technical issue, one or more of your live videos may be accidentally deleted from your timeline.
Did it include music?
Wow. Facebook really go onto my live video and delete my show?
It's Skynet. They taking over.
They tired of y'all.
Well, we're gonna have to from now on. We have to go straight. We got a straight podcast. That's not happening.
Listen, I told you guys. Facebook.
Don't be alarmed that 45 sends you another text message, my brother.
Yo,
Hey, look out your window. Make sure it's not a van sitting outside your house, dog. For real.
I'm sitting there, wait a minute. I'm like, look, wait, information about your live video.
You know what?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here.
They screen everything. That's what I'm saying. They always like if I have any music, I have to turn it down so low that you can't recognize what it is because the moment I upload it,
live stream haters eat a dick.
But the thing about it is like the song that I play is our theme song. We own the rights to that.
We own the rights, right?
So it's like, what the hell are y'all doing deleting music that belongs to me?
Right.
Us.
So did they? So wait a minute. Did they just cut? They just cut the part with the music? Because that's what they usually do. They took the whole thing
down. So I have to go through my page to see which one they took down. That's gonna be a problem.
I wonder if it was because of some type of new censorship thing that they're doing now or something. I don't know. The only thing I know about is the music. I know, like, if I have my music too loud, they'll say we muted your video. And I'm like, what sense does that make me putting the video up? Like, I tried to do a live video of my nieces and I. We were singing Destiny's Child and just, being real cute and silly. And I tried to upload. Nope, they muted it. And I'm like, so basically, you guys think that I want to post a video of me and my nieces going,
wow.
Really, that is just so stupid.
I'm about to do that. Hey, that's about to be my new job. I'm gonna just randomly post videos.
Yo, okay. Well, let's get to week 6 before I have a fit out of this joint.
Stay blown off of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty high.
Hey, I'm about to start pantomiming on my Facebook. Y'all ain't.
No, this ain't pantomiming.
Pantomiming out here.
So Philly in New York in the Big Apple. Who y'all got?
Oh Lord, I want the Giants to win it. Philly fans are just incorrigible. Yeah, I said it. I said it. They got on my last nerve. I
feel like Philly is going to win it, but
I'm being emotional.
I actually want Philly to win it because I want Odell Beckham to shut the fuck up or him and Eli Manning to get into a fist fight. Because I think Eli Manning's a serial killer on the low. So Odell Beckham might want to chill out.
Yeah.
Look, them Down syndrome cats be extra strong.
I'm going Giants. I'm
taking the Giants.
I need Eagle fans to shut up. Nothing against the Eagles. Their fans have just made. I don't even have balls, and they've made my left ball hurt. Like I just can't stand
fly Eagles fly.
I want some Bengals to go fly right off a cliff. Like, they drive me crazy.
Tampa Bay and Atlanta in Atlanta.
Tampa Bay. Matty Ryan been looking like Matty Bum Juice.
I'm taking Atlanta.
Yeah, I'll go. I know I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Fitzmagic has definitely fizzled out, and I think it's about
Jameis starting that game.
It's about time the Falcons got it on track.
I mean, Jameis is starting that game.
Don't they usually start off the season though? Kind of. Don't they usually kind of?
The Falcons, yeah.
They normally kind of.
Yeah.
So, I don't think so. I don't think she did. Sorry, hold on.
If you like it, then you hear to put a ring on.
So Chargers.
Don't cut my video, bro. Don't cut my video.
Right. San Diego and Cleveland in the dog pound. Who y'all got? I'm taking the Browns.
I'm picking the Browns.
I'm taking the Browns. Why you look like that, Tay?
Because I listen to Steve Harvey every morning. That's his team.
You should cheer for San Diego.
He been brand. Okay, all right. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to split it. So yeah, I'll go for the Browns.
Colts and Jets in New York.
Colts.
Sion.
The Jets.
I'm taking Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. I like the Jets. I like Sam Darnold, but I just think that the Colts are just a little bit better than they are. Not a fan of either team, but I like Sam Darnold, but I think the Colts got this.
I'll admit, I get emotional sometimes. If you're always in my timeline talking crap about my team and your team, I want your team to lose. Really, I will be honest. I'm that team petty. So I know somebody who's a Jets fan, and I love it when his behind is silent. So let's go.
That's so petty. That's very petty of you, Tasha.
I said I'm team petty. I tell people all the time I'm a sweetheart, but I speak jerk fluently when I need to. So yes, let's go Colts.
What kind of jerk? Jerk chicken. Jerk.
Wow. Seahawks and Raiders from the big.
Seahawks, the Raiders stink.
The big clock in London.
I gotta stick with pretty boy Russ, man.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Russ is talented, man. I like Russ, man. That team around him is boo-boo right now, but I like Russ.
If the Raiders win this game, I will be completely surprised, but I don't see the Seahawks losing.
I need John Gruden to go like 3-13 this year.
He probably will.
That Khalil Mack trade was the worst.
Worst. But I mean, hell.
Like top 5 worst right now.
We got 2 top 10
Chicago is not missing the playoffs, bro.
If
they are 3-1 with a top 5 defense right now, and Khalil Mack might actually be the MVP this year.
It wouldn't surprise me if he got it.
Do you guys see any like already who you think going Super Bowl already? Or do you think we need to get a little further in the season?
Give me until week 8 and I'll give you my
prediction. Early the Rams.
Everybody keeps saying the Rams.
No, I say the Rams because they can get you on all aspects. If you want a grounded out game, they have a running back that can do that. If you have a grounded out team, their defensive line will get pressure on your quarterback and do you. They have corners that can shut down your wide receivers.
Okay.
Like maybe the weakest part of their team is their linebackers. Your tight end might get off. But if you're looking for your tight end to win you a game, you're going to take it now. Because the thing about it is their offense is so explosive. You're playing from behind already. The end of the first quarter, you're like Andrew Luck. You got to throw 45 times because you're taking it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've heard the Rams mentioned.
The Titans might be a sleeper. The Titans. Watch out for the Titans. They might be a sleeper.
They got to get past the Jaguars. If the Jaguars can get Leonard Fournette healthy.
The Jaguars just took an L against Kansas City, and Kansas City's defense is suspect. Blake Bortles is a bum.
Right.
Is a bum. They won't win shit till Blake Bortles is in their quarterback.
Is it bad that I've been wanting them to go for a long time though?
I've been wanting them to go since Mark Brunell. I've been wanting the Jaguars to win some shit since Mark Brunell, Keenan McCardell, Jimmy Smith and them boys, and they couldn't do shit. So no.
Brad Taylor and all them, yeah.
Right. That was my dudes. Damn, I had Mark Brunell's shoes.
You had Mark Brunell shoes?
Yeah, them Mark Brunell cross trainers, them Jones strapped up and everything. Them Jones was dope. I dusted many of these.
I have to be honest. I only remember when he was with us.
Playing with y'all. I know exactly what you
mean. He was old and washed up by then.
Yeah, and then he left us and then went to New Orleans.
Him and Kerry Collins. Him and Kerry Collins had a shoe together when Kerry Collins was on the Saints.
I remember when.
No, he's on Panthers. My bad.
Yo. Speaking of Panthers, the Panthers and the Redskins from DC Sunday.
Redskins.
That's right, Sion. I'm with you. All forever. Started.
Okay, so I guess you agree with him?
Hey, listen. I've been a Skins fan for a long time. we go regardless. We gonna pick skins regardless. We go like 0-16 the previous season, and I'm still like, no, we got next.
Every time I pick the Redskins, they lose, so I'm gonna go with the
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Cam Newton's not the passing quarterback that's going to destroy us. So
I'm going with the Panthers in that defense. Bills and Texans from Houston.
The Bills. That's a shocker, right? That's a shocker.
And
the Bills have been playing better.
And Deshaun Watson, I trust.
I don't trust his running. He keep running, he gonna get hurt. He already got an upper body injury. He had bruised ribs in the last game because he don't know how to slide.
What are the Texans right now? Because
they're like 2-3.
Yep, 2-3.
And what's Buffalo?
Like 2-3.
That didn't help me. That didn't, because I really don't follow either one of these teams.
After the Ravens waxed them in the first game of the year,
the Buffalo Bills. They waxed the damn.
Okay. Sion, do this for me. Give me a pro and a con for each, and that'll help me make my decision.
The Buffalo Bills
don't take too long. Okay.
The Buffalo Bills have a shaky running game,
and a young
quarterback who isn't that accurate, so he's prone to turnovers. But he's really athletic. He's pretty much a white Cam Newton.
Okay. Now Houston.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson is a total quarterback in every sense of the word, but he doesn't know how to slide. He got that Steve McNair mentality, and he's hurt now.
And then Houston has J.J. Watt, and that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, actually, I know about J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt hasn't showed up this year. Jadeveon Clowney's the one that's getting busy this year.
Clowney gonna be nice. About time he showed up.
You know what? I'm gonna go Houston. I'm gonna go Houston.
Okay.
I hope the Bills destroy him.
Cardinals and Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. I am taking the Cardinals.
I was going to say freaking Cardinals, man. I don't care about Cousins.
Fuck Kirk Cousins.
I don't care about Cousins. You said what I wanted to say.
I said it.
Steelers and Bengals from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. What? Yeah, I said it.
Cincinnati.
I'm taking the Steelers. I really think that this game is going to make or break Mike Tomlin. If they don't get that, Le'Veon Bell situation.
Le'Veon will be back. He'll be back during their bye week.
If he's not traded first.
Where they trade him to get equal value for the best back in the league?
I would trade him. I mean, hell,
I'm trading to who?
Philly had Shady McCoy, and they traded him to
Philly might get Shady McCoy again. Philly might get Shady McCoy again. There's word.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Jay Ajayi is out for the season, but you know. Hold on. Like I said, I'm taking.
They say he played the half of that game with the ACL torn. He didn't know.
If the Steelers lose, I think Tomlin's gone.
No, the Steelers have had 4 coaches in their history. They won't fire him.
Who knows?
They'll try to slide. They'll try to slide Big Ben out of there on the.
I was getting ready to say I see them getting rid of Big Ben first.
Because Big Ben.
How effective has he really been?
You have the best back in the league. You have the best tight end in the league. For like the last 3 seasons, you've had top 5 as far as skill players around you. He got the Matt Ryan effect. Like, you can't win shit. Like
he played so defeated last season.
We might as well think about it. If you get rid of Big Ben, you can pay players. Have a rookie on a semi-rookie deal.
But where are you going to trade him? Who
Big
wants that contract?
Nobody's trading him. You cut him.
You're not gonna cut him with that much money you owed him.
You cut him and you buy him out. He only got 2 years left on the deal. You buy his ass out.
Bears
buyout.
We gonna agree to disagree.
No, because if you think about it, this is the thing, right? If you tell Ben you want to buy him out, instead of a buyout, Big Ben retires. Big Ben retires, your insurance covers his contract, and it doesn't count against your salary cap.
All right, we'll see. Bears and Dolphins from Miami. I'm taking the Bears.
I'm taking the Khalil Mack and the Pips.
Rams and Broncos from Denver. I'm taking the Rams.
I keep wanting to say
if you
St.
take
Louis.
Denver,
I gotta say the Rams.
If you take Denver,
you all the time.
Thumbs down a week.
I'm thinking about Denver. What? I'm not going to lie. Is it in Denver?
Yes, it is.
I'm taking Denver.
Contender. Ravens and Texans. Tennessee.
Titans.
I was going to say Tennessee.
I'm taking
my
Tennessee.
Super Bowl dark horse.
Jaguars and Cowboys. This will be fun.
Jaguars.
That's not even going to be comparable.
You will never.
I got Dak Prescott.
Pick those funky stars. Never. It's never going to happen.
Do you know if Fournette's playing, Sion?
I don't care. TJ Yeldon had 123 last week. They'll get him.
Everybody's favorite.
I think Dak Prescott's going to give him one.
Everybody's favorite new quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, meets Tom Brady for the first time Sunday night in Foxborough. Who you got?
Patriots.
Whatever.
Patriots.
Pick no funky Patriots. Only time I ever picked the Patriots if they played Dallas.
I picked Bill Belichick's system. That's what I picked.
You picked his cheating?
I picked his system.
I think Belichick normally has a good game plan for quarterbacks like this.
You know what?
I'm taking the Patriots.
Steve Young said a great stat earlier today. He said quarterbacks under 25 at Foxborough are 0-26 for a reason.
It'll be 0-27 after
you did
on Monday.
Like Bill Belichick.
Whatever.
They got enough tape on Mahomes.
I do not support those cheaters. I don't. I'm still butthurt about the Super Bowl with them Bamas. So no.
She said still. 49ers and Packers in Green Bay Monday night.
Come on, San Fran.
Y'all know
I gotta go with my pop scene.
I'm taking the 49ers because the Pack look vulnerable. And I think the 49ers again.
Suspect. I think I want to go with the 49ers. My reasoning behind this is I'm starting not to like Aaron Rodgers because everybody's so busy on his dick saying he's the best quarterback in the league, and they not winning shit. Tired of that shit. Tired of it, man.
Well, wait a minute. So who you think? If you say Brady,
who's the best quarterback in the league right now?
Yeah,
Breeze.
Drew Brees, easily.
Okay, as long as
he does the most with the least. Think about it. Michael Thomas. Nobody knew who he was. Who was Marcus Colson before he got him? Nobody knew.
Marcus Colson's a borderline Hall of Famer now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Marcus Colson playing with Drew Brees for like 12 seasons. He's like a 7th-round pick out of Hofstra or some shit like that. And he was a borderline Hall of Famer. Like Drew Brees.
Okay, so why do you think that Drew Brees is continuously overlooked when it comes to Brady and it comes to Aaron Rodgers and?
Because he's in New Orleans. People blame the fact that he's been playing in a pass-happy offense, so they try to skew his numbers, but they haven't won. They haven't been winning. You know what I'm saying? Because their defenses let them down at turns. Consistently. But no, Drew, think about it.
So you think if he had more W's,
longevity, if he had one more Super Bowl ring, he could be in there. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
you can't
consistently. He hasn't had a defense.
You can't predict how things are going to go in the NFL. One day you will contend, the next day
that is absolutely true.
Look,
anything can happen on any given
Sunday. Has like 6 seasons of over 5,000 yards passing. Like the rest of the NFL has like 2. Like What?
But like I said, but yet Brady is viewed as being the GOAT. So
see, but this is the thing. To me,
Brady is just clutch. But you got to understand, in a lot of Brady's Super Bowls, he had a kicker bailing him out.
This is how I feel, right? First off, Matt Castle went 10-6 in that system,
and they missed.
Matt Castle couldn't start at USC.
And he couldn't start in Kansas City either.
He looked like a bum. His first season, he played really well, and then he fell off.
Trash.
That's the thing. Like, the system bails you out, and there's a certain comfort in playing in the same system for your whole career. You start learning the nuances. The game slows down because you know where everything and everyone's supposed to be. It's easy. Like, you played in the same system your whole career. You haven't had to learn new verbiage. You haven't had to learn new route combinations. You haven't had to learn any of that shit because they don't change it. If it works, you're not changing it.
Okay, I got a random question. And so if we know who's the best, who's the worst?
Rex Grossman.
Are we talking current starting quarterback?
Current.
Nate Perriman.
Current.
No, he's not starting.
Nate Perriman.
Not him. He's not starting. Blake Bortles.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston's not a bum. He's
a bum.
No, he has the tools. Like
C-U-M.
No,
y'all might have to continue that off the show.
He's in the bottom five, though. He's in the bottom five. He's in the bottom five.
All right. We got about 6 minutes.
Hey, time out.
6 minutes.
I have a question. Is Tyrod Taylor in that bottom five too?
Yes.
All right.
Thumbs down of the week. Tay, you lead off.
I got to give it to these Bamas that put this accused rapist in the Supreme Court. I mean, I know it's probably expected. It's probably expected, but yeah, got to give it to them.
Sion.
Thumbs down to the Me Too movement.
The entire Me Too.
The entire Me Too movement. You've given a lot of people a voice, an internet voice. You have not banded together. There is no, we are banding together to do anything. There's no, hey, let's put a bill on the Senate floor. Let's do any of that. You haven't done anything but tell us your story and then hold some picket signs. Let's do something that invokes change. Real, tangible fucking change. I'm tired of these blowhards. Like, I appreciate that it's given people this platform where they feel like they could speak and they could tell their stories. But what are we doing? Are we empowering women? We're not empowering anyone to do anything but tell their stories.
So because when you say
male-dominated society, where those stories aren't being
right, and that's what I was getting ready to say. So if we constantly are shown incidents where what we have to say doesn't matter, and you're saying, you want us to start putting bills on the floor to get change.
Hey, guess what? Hey. Senators,
what is the change
senators get their dicks sucked too. Senators get their dicks sucked too. They got wives at the house. They may not correlate together, but they do.
And Monica's on the side.
I just, you dig what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if there was a show of women's unity, instead of victimizing each other like Millennial Trump, I'm going to call her Millennial, and I know that ain't her name, but I don't care. If Millennial Trump coming out there talking about you got to have proof, like, you have a bigot's wife victimizing
trying to make herself
feel, denounce her stupid ass and band together. Instead of everybody having, you guys, to be honest, their stuff is the black people's issue in a microcosm. It's a black people's issue in a microcosm. We can't band together and stand behind one thing. Even if we don't agree with everything that it stands for, band together and make it strong instead of nitpicking and backbiting. and talking behind each other's back. If the Me Too movement can do that, then it can make a change. Look, the HBLCUAB people, they banded together. They made a parade. They banded together. They have the right to vote in a lot of states. They have the right to get married in a lot of states now. Like, that movement is strong because they banded together. I'm sure they haven't agreed with some of the flamboyant things that some of the people have done, but they didn't come out and say, "Oh, bitch, no," and they didn't do that. They banded together and they did that. If the Me Too can come together and do that, they'll come off my thumbs down.
So you're saying Me Too needs more organization. That's what
we need organization.
And there needs to be leadership. More of a set. I was going to say leadership and more of a set goal as far as moving.
Right, just a goal instead of just talking.
Yeah. Okay. Dave, what's yours?
Jimmy Butler, for calling out everybody in the practice. Basically, to me, he sounded like a whiny baby. You call out Thibodeau, the guy that traded for you and traded a pretty good future team to get you. You called out Wiggins, which I agree with because Wiggins to me is soft.
No, I agree with him calling out. I agree with him calling out Karl Anthony Towns.
I agree with him calling out Karl Anthony Towns, but I don't agree with him calling out Thibodeau and what's the owner?
The GM. He called out the GM. You know why he called out?
Because he wants to get out of Minnesota.
No, it wasn't that he wanted to get out of Jimmy Butler's slight is that you extended these young players who aren't doing anything for your program. They are soft as salmon and baby shit. At the end of the day, you call out management because you wanted to be in Minnesota. He wanted a 5-year deal. They offered him 4 and they offered him less money than the max. You are their best player. Why
you're mad?
No. Because this is what I'm saying. If I, as a player, am the reason we made it to the playoffs because when Jimmy was hurt, they were boo-boo. If I, as a player, am giving you every fucking thing, and you max deal the young dude who can't hold my jockstrap because he doesn't have the drive, and I'm the heart and soul of the team, and I can't get a max deal when I'm giving you max everything, I'm calling you stupid ass out too. Fuck you mean?
Okay, I mean that's to me. I just think there's a more better way.
I mean, there was a crass way to do it, but
another problem that I had was doing the ESPN interview. After the practice, I'm sorry.
It's not. No,
that's just how
it gave me further understanding of his mindset. At the end of the day, he came in there. He took the last people on their bench, and he let them have their starters. He himself checked Karl Anthony Towns, who is supposed to be a talented as fuck 7-footer, and made him look like a soft baby back bitch. And he did it in front of the GM and the coach. So he took the heart out of these players, and nobody stood up and said, "Yo, you out of fucking line." You know why? Because they are letting the NBA be ran by these young baby boomers. You gotta fuck around, and you need a real vet, a Steven Jackson type that's gonna step in the face of a young cat and let him know you're not giving max fucking effort, and I need your max fucking effort every night. That's how you make. That's how you make
a thug on that. So you need a thug on that team.
You need a thug.
You need someone who's not afraid to tell these pampered, overpaid fucking young players with athleticism and promise that they not doing what the fuck they supposed to do. Period. And not only tell them that shit, embarrass them on the court and show them that soft ass baby shit that they got bringing ain't gonna get them nowhere. Cause I'm trying to win. Fuck the other shit. I'm trying to win, bro. Agree or not, I'm gonna show you how to win. And what he do? He took an old agent Lou Aldang and all that. He played center and he dusted their ass.
I have a question. So when you say embarrass them on the court, like, do you think that would be more counterproductive? Like, maybe if they're so in their feelings, like they are.
I hear you. Like, oh. This is the thing. You can argue I'm talking shit, I'm a bitch, this and that. But if you a cat that think you are a top 5 player or you think you the shit, you've been believing the hype about yourself, and I come out here with a bunch of dudes that are supposed to be scrubs that probably aren't going to get any fucking time on our team this year, and you bust my fucking ass, maybe I need to work harder. Maybe I need to get in the gym and work on my moves. Maybe I need to hit the weight room.
Yeah, that's you. That's what I'm saying. You just said these overpaid, pampered, youngins.
Somebody got to take the lollipop out of their mouth sometime. Fuck it.
And I agree. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying that I do feel like there's a generation of athletes coming in who do have this false sense of entitlement. And I feel like we are responsible for that. I feel like we're responsible for that. We're making celebrities out of these players at such a young age. You got Bama's in high school having people stick cameras and microphones in their face now, like they're some type of superstar, and they're actually doing these segments on television about this upcoming star. You in high school. But if you in high school, like, come on.
But if you look at young teams, everything these announcers, these coaches say, teams need a vet that they respect. Some of these cats don't respect anything but getting their ass busted. I see these young cats at the basketball court all the time. Oh, I can dribble like hot sauce. I'm going to bust your ass. All the way. I don't give a fuck. You can dribble all that, but you can't shoot a jumper. You can't make a layup. I'm going to bust your ass. Some of these cats need to be deflated.
For those of y'all who
I know hot sauce.
Those of y'all know who hot sauce is. He was on the N1 mixtape tour for a long time. One of the best dribblers.
Yeah.
All right. So that concludes our show for the night. So you got something you want to say?
Oh! Thumbs down to Jay Reynolds for missing the show.
What did you say?
So you just say something to the people. Say hi or something. Say I had a good report card.
I got a good report card.
That's awesome. Good.
So yeah.
Who helped them? Wait a minute. I want to know who helped them study.
And I got
Dave, you helped them study.
I got all A's and B's.
Nice.
So did my son.
That'd be my wife and my aunt Edith. He goes up there every other weekend to study. She's like 80, 83, 84.
That's awesome.
Loves it, so
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So we will holler at y'all next week. I hope Jay will be here next week.
I know, right?
So
hey, where you at, Breeze?
Even DJ's asking where Mr. J is.
Let's see. He MIA this week, but I had a day off last week. I had a day off last week, so I get it. I understand.
I got you. Look, I understand. So. But Jay,
we gotta figure out how to get around this music thing nowadays.
I know, right?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through my Facebook page and see which shows they took down, and I'm gonna fire them up. Hey, what's up, man?
Say what up?
What's going on? You want to come over and hang out with my son for a little while?
No, he can't hear you. I got the headphones in. He's looking at his Asian cartoons.
Oh, Asian.
No, he watching like
You couldn't just say he's watching cartoons. He got to be watching the Asian cartoons.
Which Pokemon are you watching?
Ultimate Sun.
Pokemon Ultimate Sun over here. That's what we were watching.
Oh, Lord.
I was not a Pokemon. I hated Pokemon. I'm sorry. I did not like
I had Pokemon cards until I realized you can't sell them nowhere. Bama had the damn Charizard and all that fly shit. They couldn't sell them nowhere. Oh, get this card, and you can't sell it nowhere.
Oh goodness!
Somebody called a girl Charmander because her breath was so hot. I died like.
Oh my god!
Charmeleon!
Oh. She a Charizard in the thing. Oh my god!
My favorite Pokemon.
I'm gonna use that one. I ain't gonna lie.
So
no more bullying. Bullying's gonna be against the law.
So with Sion St. Bernard, Natasha Bell, Jay Reynolds in his absence, I'm DET, Dave Thomas saying peace, love
and soul.
Peace.
And go out and vote.
Yes, please go and vote.